Hello, my name is Jen. I'm a writer and a blogger, and for the last 3 years I've been writing a lot about the Luke Mitchell-Jodie Jones case, and I'm here asking you to donate to the Crowd Justice Funder. I'm sure there's a link below. I have donated, and I have been writing about this case for the simple reason that I can see no reason whatsoever to think that Luke Mitchell murdered Jodie Jones. I'm not trying to counter any experts because, quite frankly, there aren't any. Any documentation you find from appeal documents or even the case documents will confirm that. There was no scientific evidence and there was no direct evidence. And well, you might say, this was a purely circumstantial case, and that's okay because if you've got enough circumstantial evidence, you've got enough to build something that is maybe substantial. No. What you did have was a huge misinformation campaign that must have involved a lot of people. I can understand why many people would be a little bit worried about getting involved in this campaign or perhaps voicing their support for it. That's understandable, as I say, given the extent of the misinformation campaign, but it is possible to look it up. I think you could start by asking yourself why so much crucial information was kept from the public. And it wasn't exactly hidden. I mean, it was said in court. I'll give you an example. Luke Mitchell's dog was a trained tracker dog. But the Scottish public thought he was convicted. One bit of circumstantial evidence. He went straight to the body. No, he didn't. Well, for one, he was told to turn around. He had a legitimate reason to be on that path, and he was told to walk right back the way. So had it been left to his own devices, he wouldn't have found the body. The dog was trained for the purpose of tracking. So finding the body in those circumstances, right, doesn't sound so strange. But you weren't told that, and I don't know why. You were told that he was a fan of Marilyn Manson, huge fan of Marilyn Manson, obsessed with him. I wasn't. At the time that Jodie was killed, he did not own a single Marilyn Manson CD. He got one afterwards, but Jodie was a fan. Her sister was a huge fan of Marilyn Manson. She had, I think, 8 CDs. And I think she even defended him in court. And that's fair enough, I think, because a girl like Jodie, you wouldn't remember her with bunnies and kittens. She was into the Deftones, she was into Nirvana, she was into Marilyn Manson. And that's how we remembered her. And that's how it came to be that this accusation that he was obsessed with Marilyn Manson came about. But no, it plainly isn't true. There was no missing knife. I mean, Senior Investigating Officer Craig Doby said they were looking for a missing knife. Appeal judges said there was a missing knife. But I don't see that. And the Luke's defence didn't see that. It's quite hard to defend yourself against a missing knife that isn't even described to you, that there's no evidence of. I mean, yes, Luke did have knives. He had a flick knife, he had a fishing knife. But the police had it. Why weren't you told? I don't know. But I think this is another element that we really need to get to the bottom of as a country, frankly. Because the people who did this, well, we're paying for their pensions. The man who prosecuted Luke prosecuted him not because he was appointed to, but because he wanted to. And he boasted of it. And unfortunately, he is married to the Lord Advocate, and she is the highest power in Scotland. And unsurprisingly, she has turned down a petition that's trying to do what we're doing now. So we are up against it. The Luke Mitchell campaign, this should have been over. This should have been over a long time ago. But it clearly did not suit many people for it to come out. And the only thing that will reverse that is the public. And I can understand, again, why you might have some qualms, but the most powerful thing you can do is ask the question, well, where is the evidence? And you may get an answer, and I'd be very interested to hear it. And the other thing you can do, of course, is please donate to the Crowd Justice Funder and overturn something horrific that our country has done. And perhaps your children will thank you, because how can a justice system do such a thing? How can Dorothy Bain think this is a safe conviction? I tell you, if she does think this is a safe conviction, she's intolerably stupid. And I would say that anybody who researches this in depth, important qualifier there, in depth, thinks that this is signed as either a liar, a coward, or a fool. So please bring this into the open where it needs to be, because this can't go on for any longer. And you might get a justice system that better serves you. You might even get a police you might even get, yeah. Bring him home. Right, what is a terrible, terrible wrong? And stop me talking.